Right then, let's get straight to it. You started your fat loss journey feeling buzzing and full of energy. For the first few weeks, everything was brilliant. The weight was coming off, your clothes felt a bit looser, and you were thinking, yes, I've cracked it. But then, all of a sudden, it just stops. The scales won't budge no matter how hard you push in your workouts or how carefully you stick to your meals. It's so frustrating, and it can make you feel like you've failed, or that you just don't have enough willpower. But I'm here to tell you that's not the truth. This isn't about you failing, it's about your body being incredibly clever. Your body is designed for survival, not for getting a six-pack. When you start losing weight, your body doesn't know you're doing it on purpose to feel healthier or more confident. It just senses that food is less available, and it panics a little bit. It thinks there might be a famine coming, so it starts fighting back to protect you. It tries to hold onto its energy stores, which is your body fat, as a safety measure. This is a completely normal biological response that happens to everyone. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign that your body is working exactly as it should be. So what's actually happening inside your body? A process called metabolic adaptation kicks in. As you lose weight, your body becomes smaller and requires less energy to function. Think about it. A smaller car uses less fuel, and a smaller body burns fewer calories just moving around and even resting. On top of that, your body becomes more efficient. It learns to do the same amount of work like your height session or a long walk, using less energy than before. This means your metabolism slows down. It's a double whammy that makes it much harder to keep losing weight at the same pace. This whole process is your body's way of trying to close the gap between the calories you're eating and the calories you're burning. It wants to get back to a state of balance, or what scientists call homeostasis. Your body loves things to stay the same. It doesn't like big changes. So, when you create a calorie deficit to lose fat, your body pulls every trick in the book to slow things down and stop you from losing more. It's a survival mechanism that has been hardwired into us for thousands of years. Understanding this is the first massive step to winning the battle. Okay, so we know our bodies are smart. Now it's time for us to get smarter. The first step is to figure out how much fuel your body actually needs right now, not last month or last year. This is your starting point. You can use an online calculator to get a rough estimate of your maintenance calories. That's the number of calories you need to eat each day to stay at your current weight. Just search for a TD calculator, total daily energy expenditure. You'll pop in your age, gender, height, weight, and activity level, and it will give you a number. Remember, this is just an estimate, a place to begin. Once you have that estimated number, the real work begins. To lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. That just means you need to eat slightly fewer calories than your body burns. A good sustainable starting point is to subtract about 300 to 500 calories from your maintenance number. For example, if your maintenance is 2,200 calories, you could aim for about 1,800 calories per day. This small deficit is gentle on your body. It helps you lose fat steadily without sending your metabolism into a complete panic mode, which is exactly what we want to avoid. Now, here comes the most important part: tracking. For the first couple of weeks, you need to track what you eat. I know, it can feel like a bit of a chore, but it's honestly the best way to know for sure if you're hitting your target. You can use an app on your phone or just a good old-fashioned notebook. Be honest with yourself. Track everything. The splash of milk in your tea, the little biscuit you had with it, the oil you used to cook your chicken, these little things add up. Tracking gives you amazing data and shows you exactly what's going on. Think of tracking as being a detective for your own body. After 2 weeks of consistently hitting your calorie target, you can check your progress. Have you lost a little bit of weight? Are your clothes feeling any different? If so, brilliant. You've found a good starting point. If nothing has changed, don't worry. It just means the initial calculator estimate was a bit off for you, which is very common. The data you've gathered from tracking is now your guide. You can make a small adjustment based on real-world results, not just a generic calculation. This is how you take control. So, you've found your calorie target and things are going well. But then, as we talked about, the dreaded plateau hits. The weight loss grinds to a halt. This is the moment where most people either give up or do something drastic, like cutting their calories in half. Please don't do that. That's a one-way ticket to feeling rubbish and slowing your metabolism down even more. Instead, we need to make a small, smart adjustment. Your body has adapted, so we need to adapt our plan. It's time to create a new, slightly bigger calorie deficit to get things moving again. Here's my simple step-by-step method. If your fat loss has stalled for at least 2 weeks, it's time to act. Go back to your food diary and find a way to reduce your daily calories by another 100 to 200. This is a tiny change. It could be as simple as media group, side-by-side comparison of sugary yogurt and plain Greek yogurt, person swapping yogurt containers in fridge, add it stock, add it distribute _ equally, swapping a sugary yogurt for a plain Greek yogurt, using a little less oil when you cook, or dropping that extra snack in the afternoon. It's a small tweak that your body won't really notice, but it will be enough to kickstart the fat loss process again. Don't make huge jumps. Small, gradual changes are always the key to sustainable results. Another fantastic tool in your toolbox is the diet break. This sounds scary, but it's one of the best things you can do for your metabolism and your mind. After about 8 to 12 weeks of being in a calorie deficit, take a planned break for 1 or 2 weeks. During this break, you increase your calories back up to your maintenance level. This tells your body that the famine is over. It helps your metabolism to recover, reduces feelings of deprivation, and gives you a much-needed mental reset. It might feel like you're going backwards, but you're actually setting yourself up for future success. Finally, let's talk about big goals. It's fantastic to be ambitious, but trying to lose a huge amount of weight all in one go often backfires. A much smarter approach is to break it down. Aim to lose about 10% of your body weight and then take a maintenance phase. For example, if you weigh 100 kilograms, focus on getting to 90 kilograms. Once you're there, spend a few months learning how to maintain that new weight. This allows your body to adapt and settle. It becomes your new normal. Then, when you feel ready, you can start another fat loss phase. This cycle of losing and maintaining is far more effective in the long run. Right, let's have a chat about cardio. So many people think that to lose fat they need to spend hours and hours pounding the treadmill or smashing it on the exercise bike every single day. They believe that more cardio equals more fat loss, but it's not that simple. While cardio is brilliant for your heart health and can help burn some extra calories, it's just one piece of the puzzle. Your diet, being in that gentle calorie deficit we talked about, is doing about 80% of the work. Cardio is the support act, not the main event. Thinking you can out-train a bad diet is a massive mistake. The problem with doing too much cardio is that your body adapts to it very quickly. Remember how your body gets more efficient? The same thing happens with your workouts. That 30-minute run that felt really tough a month ago now feels much easier. That's because your body has learned to do it using fewer calories. So, to get the same calorie burn, you have to run for longer or faster. This can lead to a cycle where you're constantly trying to do more and more, which can leave you feeling exhausted, starving hungry, and at risk of injury. We need to use cardio strategically, not just hammer it all the time. Here is a simple, effective cardio plan to support your fat loss. Start with just 2 or 3 cardio sessions per week, for about 20 to 30 minutes each. You can choose something you enjoy, like a brisk walk, a jog, a bike ride, or a height session. The key is to be consistent. This is your baseline. When your fat loss eventually stalls, and it will, you now have a tool you can use. Instead of just cutting more calories from your food, you can add a little bit more cardio. This gives you another way to widen that calorie deficit. For example, when you hit that plateau, you could add 1 extra 20-minute cardio session per week, or you could make your existing sessions a little longer, maybe going from 20 minutes to 25 minutes. See? It's a small, manageable change. By starting with a low amount of cardio, you give yourself room to increase it gradually over time as you need to. This is so much smarter than starting with 7 days of intense cardio a week, which leaves you with nowhere to go when things get tough. Use cardio as your secret weapon, bringing it in when you need it most. Fat loss isn't just a physical challenge, it's a massive mental game too. Your mind can either be your biggest cheerleader or your worst enemy. There are a few common mental traps that so many people fall into, and they can completely derail your progress. The first one is what I call the low-quality treat trap. You've been so good all week, sticking to your healthy meals, and you decide you deserve a treat. But instead of choosing something you truly love and will savor, you just grab a handful of cheap biscuits or a boring chocolate bar from the corner shop because it's easy. This kind of mindless eating doesn't actually satisfy you. It just leaves you feeling a bit guilty and wanting more. A much better way is to plan your treats. Choose something you genuinely adore, whether it's a slice of amazing cake from your favorite bakery or a proper artisan pizza. Plan it into your week, make space for the calories, and then sit down and enjoy every single bite without any guilt. This is a positive relationship with food. It's about enjoying life. not just restricting yourself until you break and grab the first sugary thing you see. The second big trap is the binge restrict cycle. This often happens when your calorie deficit is too aggressive. You eat very little all day, feeling hungry and deprived. Your willpower is strong in the morning, but by the evening, it's completely gone. You're exhausted and starving, and you end up raiding the fridge and cupboards, eating thousands of calories in one go. Afterwards, you feel awful and promise to be extra good tomorrow, which means restricting even more. This creates a vicious cycle that is terrible for your mental health and your metabolism. A smaller, more manageable deficit helps prevent this. The final mental trap is obsessing over hunger. Here's a little secret. If you are in a calorie deficit to lose fat, you are going to feel a bit hungry sometimes. That is completely normal. It's a sign that it's working. Some people panic at the first sign of a tummy rumble and immediately reach for a snack. They are afraid of feeling hunger. But you need to learn to sit with that feeling for a little while. It's usually not as bad as you think, and it often passes. Accepting that mild hunger as a normal part of the process will make your journey so much easier. It doesn't mean you're starving, it just means your body is using its stored fat for fuel. So, we've covered a lot. We've talked about your amazing metabolism, how to find your calories, how to use cardio smartly, and how to avoid those sneaky mental traps. Now it's time for the most important bit, putting it all together in a way that works for you, for your life. There is no single perfect plan that works for everyone. The best plan is the one you can stick to consistently, not just for a few weeks but for months and years. Success isn't about getting shredded in 6 weeks. It's about building healthy habits that last a lifetime. Forget about what you see on social media with crazy transformations and extreme diets. Real lasting success looks different for everyone. For you, success might be losing half a stone and keeping it off. It might be having more energy to play with your kids. It might be feeling more confident in your clothes. Your goal should be personal and realistic. It has to fit into your life, with your job, your family, and your social life. If your plan is so strict that you can't ever go out for a meal with friends, it's not a good plan. It's a prison sentence. Remember that feeling a little bit hungry is okay. It's part of the deal. But you should never feel constantly ravenous, tired, or miserable. That is a sign that your plan is too extreme and you need to adjust it. Listen to your body. Pay attention to your energy levels, your sleep, and your mood. These are all vital signs of your overall health. The goal is to lose fat while still feeling great. You want to be a healthier, happier version of yourself, not a grumpy, exhausted one. Health is about so much more than just a number on the scales. Ultimately, this is your journey. Take ownership of it. Be kind to yourself. There will be good days and bad days. There will be times you feel motivated and times you don't. That's life. The key is to just keep showing up. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. Pick a realistic goal, create a sensible plan, and then just focus on ticking off one healthy meal and one workout at a time. You can absolutely do this. You have the knowledge now. Go for it and build a healthier, happier body for life. You've got this.